Hello and welcome to the Why Not podcast. I'm your host, Tony Golia, and today I'm wearing a pair of sunglasses because my glasses are still broken. So that's fucking awesome. Today, I got a lot of shit done. I went to the auto part depot. It's called Parts Galore. It's a junkyard, basically, in Metro Detroit, next to a strip club. Yeah, and so I got some shit for my car. I went and checked on my car. My baby is doing okay. She's in rough shape right now, but she's gonna be looking spectacular coming pretty soon. So yeah, I'm probably gonna make a video on that, honestly, because it's like I talk about my car so much that I think I should make a video about it. Another update, I want to let you guys know that I have two potential guests on the show. I have one friend. These are actually both people who are in the car industry, because it's such a big, it's a big field, where I live, and I have one that is a friend of a friend. The other is a car fanatic. This guy he's owned like over 20 classic cars. He's got a bunch of retro and unique builds. He has a Corvette right now. Yeah, he's got a bunch of shit. So I was going to interview him and talk about that kind of stuff. The other guy is actually the guy that's repairing my car. He's a mechanic. He has done collision work for basically his entire life. He's excellent. He's a perfectionist. This guy is awesome with cars. I mean, every time I've gotten into an accident, he has come through. And it's a fellow Italian, he's great with what he does. He's been doing this. It's not his first rodeo. So, I definitely wanted to hear his perspective, on life and, the field. But, one of the interesting things about my life is I've grown up around a lot of funny people. And surrounding yourself with those funny people keeps me motivated because it gives me material. It gives me interesting people to mention on the show and have on the show. And for years, I've always gravitated towards people who are, maybe not the first thing that stands out about them is their humor, but when you get to know somebody, they open up, and humor is a good way to form a connection. So, that's what I want the next guest or guests to be centered around. So, yeah, I think that's just basically what I'm going to be doing. I also want to thank everybody who has been watching consistently. I can see this thing growing, and it's made me very happy. I've started working on myself. I actually ran on the treadmill yesterday for a little bit. I'm going to try and do that today. Fighting urges of eating and, just being overindulgent, really. Learning moderation is huge. Whether you have, if you're controlling certain things, let's say you have OCD, right? And I actually have OCD. I have like clinical OCD, but it's nothing that really interferes with my life, thank God. I know people that have had struggles with OCD and repetitive behaviors. I don't know if you guys know this, the people that are watching. I assume you don't, but I have Tourette's syndrome, which makes me repeat a lot of words. I clear my throat quite a bit. Um, sometimes it sometimes can affect the way I speak, but not really. Um, sometimes I blink too much, just little shit like that. It's nothing really vocal. I've had it my whole life, but most people don't even know that. Most people watching are probably like, "What? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" Um, but yeah, it's something I've struggled with for years, but keeping that in check and taking medication and just keeping that under control. Um, it's no different than any other disease or condition. I'm not special. Um, it's just a matter of just keeping it under control, managing with what you've got, making do. So, just a quick update. I'm gonna do longer videos, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But I know a lot of people don't want to sit through a hour-long podcast. So when I do upload this, I do hope that people are listening. I don't really think that this is gonna be something, 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't know if I can physically speak that much, so I don't know. Red Bull, if you're watching this, if you would love to sponsor the show, I would probably cum my shorts. Like, you don't understand. Like, I would fucking ride a donkey's asshole. Like, I don't even know. There's no words to describe what I would do for that opportunity. So, Red Bull, if you're watching, please sponsor the Why Not podcast. It's not too much to ask, I don't think. So, yeah. I think I'm getting better at this. I think that this is a good way to, I was actually just watching the Why Not podcast. I was, but the Joey Diaz podcast, and that's the Church of What's Happening Now. I watched the last episode again, and he said something interesting. He said this podcast is a way for people to open mic. And I thought about that, and it made sense to me. This is basically open micing shit. So that's a good way to look at it. Now I look at it from a perspective of, okay, this is productive. This is something that I can work on just through every upload, whether I have a guest sitting here or it's just me. There's always going to be some struggles, but it's good practice. So that's basically it. We're looking at almost 9 minutes now, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I want to thank you again for watching the Why Not podcast. I'm your host, Tony Golia, and I'm out.